You were just a passing moment in a crowded moving day, but the noise around us faded when you glanced my quiet way. Streetlights hum like distant choir, cars were floating out of tune, and my world turned slightly softer when you stepped into the room. You were laughing with your friends there, half a breath I couldn't catch, like a scene I'd seen in movies, but I never thought I'd match. There was nothing loud about it, no explosion, no grand view, just a simple, steady knowing something changed when I saw you. I didn't know your name yet, didn't know what you'd been through, but the air felt unfamiliar in a way that pointed you. When I first saw you, the world went soft around the edges, colors blurred, but you were clear, like a dream that finally pledges. I didn't understand it, but my heart already knew. Life bent a little sideways when I first saw you. Every little move you made was slow and effortless and bright, like you learned to carry sunlight through the middle of the night. I was trying not to notice, but I noticed anyway, how my chest grew kind of weightless as you turned and walked my way. And I swear the quiet shifted, like the room exhaled a breath, as if something small but sacred had arrived and softly left. When I first saw you, the world went soft around the edges, all my thoughts fell out of line, all my fears stepped off the ledges. I didn't have the language, but my heart still understood. Life began to write a story from the moment that it could. Maybe every love begins with a look we can't explain, with a second that keeps echoing inside a stranger's name. If there's a start to everything that feels too bright to lose, mine began in quiet wonder the night I first saw you. When I first saw you, every wall felt thin and see-through. All the noise fell into hush, every doubt turned into blue. I didn't say a single word, but everything was new. The world became a little softer when I first saw you. Late night ceiling watching, listening into my thoughts collide. But your name keeps softly circling like a tide I cannot hide. All the city hums and whispers, cars in distant ebb and flow. Yet beneath the low electric is a rhythm I now know. It's not loud, it's not wild, just a feeling sinking in, like a heartbeat I discovered underneath my own thin skin. You're the quiet pulse running underneath my days, little tremors in the stillness, gentle shifting in my ways. I don't shout it, I don't show it, but I feel it pulling through. In the silence, in the background, there's a quiet pulse of you. In between my conversations, in the pauses, in the gaps, you appear in mental snapshots, soft as faded photographs. I pretend it doesn't matter, but it colors what I do, like a soft and secret filter that keeps turning things to you. It's not sharp, it's not fast, just a glow behind my eyes, like a low and steady heartbeat I've stopped trying to disguise. You're the quiet pulse running underneath my days, little tremors in the stillness, gentle shifting in my ways. I don't shout it, I don't show it, but I feel it pulling through. In the silence, in the background, there's a quiet pulse of you. There's a quiet pulse of you. Maybe love is not a thunder cracking loud across the sky. Maybe it's a small vibration that we feel and can't deny. So if I seem a little distant, or my words come out askew, just know I'm listening to something, to this quiet pulse of you. You're the quiet pulse running underneath my days, guiding choices, changing colors, softly bending all my ways. I can live without the fireworks, I don't need a blazing proof. I already know you're there, love, in the quiet pulse of you. Quiet pulse of you. midnight windows. We're just two hearts in the dark, drawing maps of our tomorrows in each other's quiet sparks. Let the city keep on moving, let the passing moments go. I just wanna stay here with you through midnight windows. Through midnight windows. Morning slips in sideways through the half-open curtains, painting little silver lines on everything uncertain. You're still half asleep and smiling, mumbling words that barely form. And the world outside is waking, while in here it's soft and warm. Dust is dancing in the sunlight, tiny stars that drift and glow. And your hand is on my shoulder, like a truth I'm glad to know. We're not talking about forever, we're just breathing in this hour. Yet it feels like something fragile that's been handed into ours. Half-open curtains, half-spoken dreams, half of me wondering what all of this means. The light on your face and the hush in the room tell me sometimes love just arrives in this blue. And half-open curtains, I see all of you. You ask me what I'm thinking, but I stumble on the truth. 'Cause I'm scared that saying everything might still be far too soon. So I answer something simple, like I like these mornings too. When what I really mean is every sunrise feels like you. Half-open curtains, half-spoken dreams, half of me hoping you're feeling these things. But the light on your face and the hush in the room tell me sometimes love does need to resume. And half-open curtains, I'm seeing our truth. Maybe one day we'll pull them wide and let the whole world in. Or maybe we'll keep just this much of the outside on our skin. Either way, this in between, this and not yet, not all the way, is enough to say I'm grateful for this half-lit fragile day. Half-open curtains, soft golden lines, half of our story still hiding behind. But the way that we breathe in this quiet cocoon makes it feel like our hearts already made room. And half-open curtains, I'm falling for you. shouted in a crowded room. Don't turn our little moments into fireworks too soon. But in the corner of my notebook, in the pauses of my day, there's a quiet little promise that won't ever fade away. I don't tell you every minute how my thoughts begin to spin, how your voice becomes the echo that my mind keeps letting in. I just ask about your morning, laugh at all your little jokes, hoping you can hear the meaning underneath the words I spoke. I'm quietly yours, in the spaces in between, in the coffee-stained confessions that I never let you see. I'm not rushing to define it. There's no banner, there's no chorus, but my heart has made its choice, love. I am quietly yours. When your day has been a storm cloud and your shoulders start to sink, I will stand there in the background like a slowly steadying link. I won't flood you with solutions, won't pretend to fix it all. I'll just stay until your breathing finds its place and doesn't fall. I'm quietly yours, in the late night check-in texts, in the way I stay and listen when your thoughts feel too complex. I'm not carving it in marble, I'm not writing some grand chorus. I just show up when it matters, 'cause I'm quietly yours. Maybe love is more whisper than a stadium of sound, more a hand that stays beside you when the room is breaking down. If you never hear me say it, if the words get lost or blurred, let my stain, let my softness be the meaning of that word. I'm quietly yours, like the hum beneath the song, like a thread you didn't notice, holding all these days along. If you ever start to wonder where my loyal heart endures, just look at where I'm standing, here quietly yours. Quietly yours. In the middle of a meeting, in a line in some cafe, when I'm halfway through a sentence and my mind just drifts away, I don't travel to a memory, I don't fast forward time. I just see your face and suddenly My thoughts are not all mine. On the train with passing faces, every stranger looks ahead, but I'm somewhere by your window, watching raindrops race instead. I pretend to check my phone screen just to hide the way I smile, 'cause you're walking through my mind again, and staying for a while. You're where my thoughts go when they wander on their own, in the gaps between the questions, when I'm feeling most alone. I don't mean to always find you, but it happens, and I know if you're wondering where I am, love, you're where my thoughts go. Every song on quiet playlist, every sky at 5 p.m., every empty little sidewalk wants to spell your name again. I could blame it on the season, on the way the moonlight hits, but I know it's something softer, something only you transmit. You're where my thoughts go when the day begins to fade, when the blue turns into purple and the edges start to haze. I don't force them in your direction, they just tilt that way. And so if you're wondering who I dream of, you're where my thoughts go. Maybe this is how I know that you're more than passing time, more than just a sweet distraction in a restless, crowded mind. When the world is full of choices, yet it's you I always find. That's the quiet kind of proof that you've rooted in my mind. You're where my thoughts go on the good days, on the rough, in the seconds I feel empty. You're the answer, you're enough. I could travel every landscape, chase 100 suns in glow, but my favorite destination is where my thoughts go. You didn't crash into my life, no fireworks, no sudden storm. just a gentle tilt of gravity, where my edges all grew warm. We were talking about nothing, laughing at a passing cloud. Yet my heart was slowly shifting, without needing to be loud. Every day a tiny moment, every night a quiet scene. You'd appear inside my daydreams, like a song slipped in between. There was never one big instant, no clear start and pistol sign, just a feeling getting deeper every time your hand reached mine. I'm falling in slow motion, like a leaf that leaves a tree, taking time to taste the air, on its way to where it'll be. No rush, no sudden impact, just a gentle letting go. I didn't mean to love you, but I'm falling, soft and slow. All the timelines that I pictured, all the plans I thought I'd keep, started bending at the edges when you wandered through my sleep. Not a panic, not a free fall, just a slow reshaping view, where my future felt less heavy, standing somewhere next to you. I'm falling in slow motion, like the sunrise up the sky. Barely noticed when it started, only know it when it's high. There's no drama, no explosion, just a quiet widening glow. I didn't plan to love you, but I'm falling, soft and slow. Maybe this is how it's meant to be, not a blaze that burns too bright, but a steady growing warmth that holds you gently through the night. If you ask me when it happened, I won't know the place or time, only that I looked around and you were woven into mine. I'm falling in slow motion, but I've never felt so sure. Every step a little lighter, every doubt a little blurred. If you're willing, take it with me. Let's see where this soft wind blows. 'Cause my heart is not just drifting, it's falling slow and close. There's a glow on all our yesterdays, like someone turned the brightness down, left the edges golden gentle, made the harshest corners drown. I remember how you held me in a kitchen full of light, bare feet on the cold tile floor, on a slow and hazy night. Coffee cups and quiet laughter, songs that played and never stayed. All the ordinary moments turned to scenes my mind replayed. We were just two simple people, with our worries and our scars. But the way you looked at me then put soft halos round the dark. These honey-lit memories keep me warm when nights are long. Little snapshots soaked in amber, where we both felt we belong. Even if we drift tomorrow, even if we're not meant to be, I'll still hold our gentle season in these honey-lit memories. I can smell the faint detergent from the shirt you used to wear. Hear your keys inside the doorway, feel your fingers in my hair. Not to trap myself in what ifs, not to cling or not move on, just to honor who I was then, in the light we stood upon. These honey-lit memories wrap around me when I ache. Every moment poured like syrup over all that time can break. You don't have to stay beside me, you're not bound to any plea. You already left your softness in these honey-lit memories. Maybe love is not possession, not forever in our hands. Maybe it's the way a moment softly chooses where it lands. We may stand in different doorways, we may cross new distant seas, but I'll always thank the daylight for those honey-lit memories. These honey-lit memories, even if they fade and blur, will still glow behind my eyelids when I'm not sure who I am. You were never just a chapter, you're the tint on all I see, in the book of all my seasons. You're the honey in between. We're sitting on the edge of something neither one will clearly name, talking circles round the subject like we're dancing near a flame. You're pretending you're not shaking, I'm pretending I don't know, But the truth is in the pauses where our sentences don't go. You say I've been kinda tired, I say yeah me too these days. But the way our eyes keep meeting says far more than what we phrase. I could tell you that I'm worried, you could tell me that you're scared, but we sit here drinking silence like we're both too unprepared. It's the breath between our words where the real confessions live. All the things we never say but still somehow always give. I can hear your quiet trembling in the spaces you move through. In the breath between our words I know I'm losing you. You reach out to touch my shoulder, then you pull your hand away. I can feel the hesitation like a storm we can't outrun today. We're both hoping for a sentence strong enough to fix the seams, but we choke on expectation and get lost inside our schemes. It's the breath between our words where the fear begins to shout. In the way your eyes look downward when I ask what you're about. You don't say I think it's over, I don't beg you not to move, but the breath between our words says the thing we can't approve. Maybe bodies speaking glances, maybe hearts confessing sighs. Maybe we were never taught how to tell the truth in time. If there's one thing that I've learned here sitting quiet next to you, it's that what we never say still becomes the loudest truth. In the breath between our words I hear every yes and no, every door we didn't open, every chance we let go. You don't have to spell it out loud, I already feel the proof. In the breath between our words, we've already picked our route. If you ever feel the distance building slowly in your chest, like the streets we used to wander don't feel safer like they fit. If the songs we love together start to sound a little wrong, and the nights grow heavy longer, and you feel you don't belong. If you ever drift, if the current pulls you far, if the waves of what you're feeling leave you reaching in the dark, no, you don't owe me a promise, no, I won't anchor your ship, but I'll leave a light inside me. If you ever drift, if my name becomes a whisper that you're scared to say out loud, if our memories feel like costumes you can't wear around a crowd, if you need to find your answers on a road without my hand, I won't beg you not to travel, I won't trap you where you stand. And if you ever drift, if the ocean calls your name, if the stars feel more like compass than the rooms we used to claim, know that I won't chain your if you ever drift. Love is not a locked up harbor, not a cage of never leave. It's a place that you can run from, and a place where you can breathe. If the maps inside you change shape, if you chase another light, I will bless the winds that take you and the winds that bring you back at night. And if you ever drift past the places we once knew, past the laughter, past the evenings where my sky was made of you, no, I won't be standing bitter, counting every time you slip. I'll be here, a quiet shoreline, if you ever drift. We hung paper lantern hearts on a string above the floor, little circles made of colors we'd never shown before. In a room of borrowed blankets, with our futures undefined, we were just two flickering candles, trying not to lose our minds. You drew cities on the ceiling, I traced wishes on your arm. Every line a silent promise that we try to do no harm. We both knew we weren't unbreakable. We both knew we carry scars, but we let our fragile feelings float like tiny glowing stars. We've got paper lantern hearts, thin and trembling in the dark, but we light them up regardless, let them shine their tender spark. We're not iron, we're not armor, we're just souls that came apart, trying to find a way together with these paper lantern hearts. You told me about your burdens, I confess my quiet fears, and the more we let the truth in, the more gentle felt the tears. We weren't promising forever, we weren't swearing not to bend, we were simply saying right now, I will try to be your friend. We've got paper lantern hearts, hanging low but burning warm, soft illumination pouring through the seams where we were torn. We may tear a little further, we may drift a world apart, but tonight we glow together with these paper lantern hearts. Maybe love is not perfection, not a flawless shining glow. Maybe it is bits of paper held by threads of fragile hope. If they rip, it doesn't mean that what we felt was ever fake, only that we dared to hang them in a world that sometimes shakes. We've got paper lantern hearts, and I'm grateful that we tried, that we let them catch the moonlight the streets are getting empty, and the album's almost done. All the words we've never spoken have been sleeping in these songs. There's a stillness in the window, there's a hush inside my chest, like the world took off its armor just to finally get some rest. I think of every midnight moment, every breath we didn't waste, all the times we sat in silence, letting feelings find their place. Not a fairy tale of always, not a story carved in stone, just a soft and simple knowing that I never felt alone. In this golden quiet, where the shadows turn to gold, where the echoes of our whisper feel much louder than the cold, I can lay down all my questions, let the noise fade from my mind. In this golden gentle quiet, I'm grateful you were mine. Maybe someday we'll be strangers, passing briefly on a street, and we'll smile with that old softness at the ghost beneath our feet. But for now the night is honest and the truth is shining through. You have colored all my evening with a softer shade of blue. In this golden quiet, I can finally let it be. Not a promise, not a heartbreak, just a space where we were weak. Every song we never finished, every look we left behind, live inside this gentle silence, where your heart once met with mine. So let the city dim its lights, let the window close its view. I'll still carry all these midnights and the story that was you. No big ending, no grand riot, just a soft exhale of time as I close this record smile.